Do you remember like the Liver King popping off? Do you guys remember the Liver King? Who that guy was? Mally?
Crazy.
A little bit, yeah.
So the Liver King, for those who aren't super familiar, his entire bit, he has 2 million followers over on Instagram. His entire bit was that he would eat all of the animal, like Tenarian, right? Tenarian is over here like killing these little animals and eating the whole thing, right? But he would go and he would like kill a cow and he would eat the whole thing from its brain down to its testicles, right? The whole damn thing. And he was selling supplements, and the dude is straight up jacked, right? It was his whole bit. He came in jacked to hell, and people were like, "Oh, he's eating the whole thing." And he had this whole tribal mindset, want to live like men used to live, and blah blah blah. And he became like mega rich. I watched a documentary about him on Netflix about the Liver King. Anyways, apparently he's fucking insane, which, as you would expect. Can we just file this one under Alex Jones was right again here? As this came down on X yesterday, saying Alex Jones is claiming the Liver King was allegedly arrested for threats and planned an attack on Joe Rogan, of all things. So Liver King was going after Joe Rogan. Here's a very svelte Alex Jones reporting.
Can't hear it.
There's no audio, Craig.
What?
You done fucked up, Ron.
See?
I don't know what happened there. Well, let's try again because it was about to get really good.
It was like 2 seconds in.
Yeah, I know. It was about to get really good.
All right, I've got a breaking exclusive for you that I got from our sources. The Austin Police Department, as we speak, is on their way to a hotel in downtown Austin to arrest the Liver King because he's been making a lot of bizarre, cryptic threats to Joe Rogan, and that he's going to come to town and fight him. And now he's there and has posted videos that are very, very direct threats. And so I am told that he's going to be arrested for terroristic threats. And that just shows how crazy society's going. In the videos, he looks extremely deranged with dilated pupils. And so we hope the Liver King gets better. But this is what is happening in America and around the world. We need God, folks. We need God. We need.
Okay, now we can't hear you.
What a weird statement. Sorry, I was just talking to myself about how weird that was. We hope the Liver King. Did you have that on your bingo card today when you came on the show, Meg? You were like, I was really hoping that Alex Jones would say, "We hope the Liver King gets better."
Nope.
Nope.
Can't say that it was.
Can't say so. But how about some of these videos here to kind of check out the Liver King? Because he was talking about how deranged he looks. Tell me this is a stable guy right here.
Nope.
Nope, absolutely not. Here we go.
Oh my gosh.
hoping
He
is
looks like
that-
he just got done like digging up a body in the graveyard and he hasn't like told anyone about it yet. Like
I know this is really mean, but he kind of looks like he has AIDS face.
Oh, AIDS face. What is this? I'm not familiar with AIDS face.
So you get AIDS victims get scabs on their faces.
Okay.
And of course they like scratch at them and then they just keep getting scab after scab after scab.
Is this a real thing? Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. AIDS face. I need to.
he does look like that though.
I also didn't think that AIDS face was something I'd be
Oh my
Googling
god,
for.
chat called it homeless beardo.
He does kind of have beardo look to him. Yeah. Let's just go. Okay, we have homeless Liver King AIDS face. Let's see what goes on here.
You, Joe Rogan, are thinking, I'm going to choke that motherfucker out. Lights out. I'm going to choke him out. And I kind of hope that if you win, that's how it happens. Because, like, to wake up from that dream, that's a good feeling. And then anything else that you could break on me, break it on me. I hope that you won't feel me tap. That's never happening, tapping. Because I have something actually to fight for. Actually, that's my family. I have a principle to fight for. That's what I'm. What if he actually does what he's saying? What if that would be interesting?
There's no sense in this. This guy is like very not on Earth. He's on drugs for sure.
Well, he's definitely on steroids. Here's his next one.
Because Joe Rogan, we don't have to make videos to pretend anymore. All of this is happening. We're coming to you. I've challenged you man to man to a fight. Honorable. And we don't have to pretend or make any videos. The world is watching. They'll make the videos for us.
So apparently he wants to fight because Joe Rogan mentioned him on his podcast and talked about like there's no way he could look that jacked. Like there's no way a 40-something-year-old dude looks like that without boosting some steroids, which it came out later that he was doing. Did you know that he was doing steroids just by how he looked? Just throwing it out there. Could you tell?
Yeah.
Did you know he was doing $11,000 worth of steroids a month?
What the fuck? How is
No
this man
wonder.
alive?
Yeah, no wonder he's losing his.
Dude's gonna be
fucking
dead in
mind.
like
That's
5
unlocking
years.
mad cow disease from the raw meat he was eating. I gotta agree with that. I mean, look at this. He's an animal.
This
Yeah.
is brain rot, Craig. Why are you making us watch this?
Because listen, this was one of the most popular influencers about 18 months ago, 2 years ago. He was
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
And as we see all the time, and I watched the Netflix documentary, like he talked about how he was looking for something to allow him to get famous. He was trying to get that shine on him. And the whole thing's a bit, obviously. It's not real, right? Yeah, he may eat liver and stuff like that, but it was all a character, right? And I think that's what you're seeing here. But obviously that character kind of fucked around and found out, because there is more to this, as he did try to go to Austin. And I'm gonna say this right now, going back to the Alex Jones video, when I saw that yesterday, before all this came down, I was like, Alex Jones is a fucking nutbag, right? And then sure enough, it's like, Liver King has been arrested. And I'm like, oh shit, he's actually been arrested. And so here he is actually being arrested. That's him.
This man probably never showers.
I was about to say, I bet he stinks.
Yeah.
Just reeks of testosterone and
Urine.
Blood.
yeah, he's just peeing all over himself. So yeah, he ended up getting arrested for literal like terroristic threats. That's a pretty
Wow.
hardcore charge. You know? Just
You're not in
pointing
your
out.
right of mind if you're doing things like that. You're just not.
Roid rage.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
Right. Let's see what the penalty is for terroristic threats in the United States.
Yeah, I'm surprised he wasn't acting like this before now, considering $11,000 a month. Hello? Why did it take till now to get to something like this?
Mm-mm. All right, so a terroristic threat, thank you, internet.com, for this, says is a crime that involves threatening to commit a violent felony with an intent to cause evacuation of a building, place of assembly, or faculty, or facilitate a public transportation, or otherwise to cause serious public inconvenience or in reckless disregard of the risk of causing such inconvenience. That doesn't seem like he wants to fight Joe Rogan, but either way, in Michigan, you get up to 20 years imprisonment, $20,000. But this is in Texas here. Let's see if we can find. Oh, in Texas, a terroristic threat is generally charged as a Class B misdemeanor, punishable with up to 6 months in county jail and a maximum fine of $2,000, but can be elevated to a Class A misdemeanor or a third-degree felony in certain circumstances. So yeah, I mean, he could be in some pretty deep shit here pretty quick if he's actually charged with anything here, if he's getting taken in. So there you go. That's the update on the Liver King. I'm sure everybody was going about. Would you hey, let's just say, I know everyone here is spoken for, right? Meg, married.
Yes.
You said 10
Yes.
years.
Mhm.
Mally, engaged, right? I'm over here. And Blabs is Blabs. Let's just say, from a female perspective, if a guy walks
What
out,
was that?
you don't like to talk about your personal
That's fair.
situations, which
That's
is why
fair.
I was trying to gloss over it. And then
Yeah, you totally didn't do that. Thank you. Keep going. Go on. Keep going. Try to salvage it, bro. Go on.
Listen, in the event that everyone was single here, and a guy walked up to you that looked like the Liver King, and he was around your age, right? He was like totally jacked, but it was very clear he was on steroids. Would you have any interest?
No.
No. None at all.
I'm asking you, Blabs.
Fuck, dude.
I'm asking.
No.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Look at that. That's no.
Okay.
There's nothing attractive about a guy who is willing to sacrifice his health to look a certain way, to be like a fucking gym rat. Like, that's it. Like, you're allowed to work out. You're allowed to be healthy. You're allowed to grow some muscle if you want to look a certain way. You're not allowed to start taking pills to, or whatever you're doing, taking shit to make yourself look a different way. That's crazy. That's sacrificing yourself.
At what point, and this is actually just a general question, because like at a certain point when you're like my age, this is just a thing that happens. You hear all these
It's
commercials for like,
testosterone.
the testosterone, right?
Yeah.
So, Mally, I'm just curious, just for me being curious. I don't do like the testosterone, but I know a ton of guys who do, and they're like, dude, you got to do it. And for me, I'm always like, well, that's steroids. Right? Like that's more or less what you're doing. It's just a very low dosage of steroids. And I've always been told steroids is bad, but they're like, no, it's just like a little bit. It's not like a ton. So do you feel the same way about that?
That's an interesting question, because like I have family members who have had to be put on like, hormone replacement therapy for whatever different medical reasons that they have. And in those justified moments, it doesn't feel like a steroid. It feels like something that they need because their body isn't supplying them with the parts of them that they need. And so I feel like it's definitely situational. I would not personally call it a steroid just outright. Maybe it's just because I'm Gen Z and conditioned with the whole trans movement and everything. I still have a knee-jerk reaction whenever I hear hormone replacement, whatever, but there are situations medically where it really is just needed, and I back that because that's needed. Chemical imbalances, whatever the chat's saying. Yeah, exactly like that. But when it's just because you want to be trans or when it's because you want to be a rhinoceros muscle-wise, no, I don't support it.
Well, I do know that when you do those testosterone treatments, when you get older as a man, you have to do it in a certain way, or else it doesn't work. You could complicate things further with your health. So they give you a plan and a treatment plan. And I believe that you can do it like on and off, like 3 months on, 3 months off, 3 months on, 3 months off. So you have to follow a certain regimen in order for it to be healthy and for it to work. Yeah. Versus $11,000 worth of steroids.
Right. Worth of just hooking it straight in, just pumping it in your eyeball.
It's an IV of steroids.
Okay, question for you guys in the chat. Like, how many of y'all, and just curious, only say if you want, obviously, but how many of y'all are on the whole TRT thing, the testosterone replacement therapy? Because it's something like I said, I have friends who are my age who are like, dude, it changed my fucking life. Like, I have so much energy.
That have done it and said that it's changed their life.
So like, I imagine this is one of those things where like, we go on like a week break and I come back and I'm like, what's up, everybody? I'm here to do science. I'm like really fucking jacked. Come back all, oh, Craig got his TRT, didn't he?
Like, I think we need to have an intervention with Craig, guys.
Why's Craig so moody all the time? It's crazy.
Well, someone said the Lance Armstrong defense. I'm assuming that was directed at me, which that's totally fine. But you have to remember that everybody's body is different, and sometimes there are men that lose more testosterone than other men, and so they try to do things to replace that testosterone because your body actually needs it, especially as it deplenishes when you get older. So it's not a steroid. It's to replace a natural hormone that is beginning to deplenish in your body.
Yeah, that is natural. Just like every other part of your body deteriorates as you get older, that part does too. You got to take care of it.
I asked the chat, would you take TRT? So throw it in the chat. Whatever your answer is, totally fine with me. That's cool. I'm not going to judge either way. Marius says, Liver King got mad cow disease from all that raw beef he was eating. Thanks, Marius. 90 Dragoons says, the Liver King, the man who built his whole business, his whole brand on, you can be like me, and I did it naturally. Meanwhile, he's done so many roids that he is blind in one eye now. Want to know what a grifter looks like? This is what a grifter looks like. Fuck him. Thanks. 90 Dragoons. Appreciate that. Got another video for you right here. Go to watch it. It's a good one.